Human Music Podcast.
I think definitely there is a point where you can over listen and you get that tunnel vision, but sometimes I feel like if you need to figure out where the fuck up is in your mix or whatever, just upload it to SoundCloud and listen, and you'll spot that shit in 10 seconds. Like as soon as it's committed and you can't change it, then you're just like, oh, here's everything that I
Yeah. Also, funny side note on that reminded me of as well is when you lose the perspective on your music, sometimes all it takes is listening to it through a different set of speakers. So like I listen to while I'm making a song, I'll like switch between using headphones and my monitors. When I'm mixing it, I'm actually predominantly like headphones because I'm just so used to the way that things sound like in these headphones that I'm more comfortable with like I know for a fact that the room that I'm sitting in has no effect on what I'm listening to, so I just have more like my confidence level is higher. Like I don't like to EQ things listening on my monitors because I know for a fact that there are EQ dips in the room response that are affecting my decisions there because I've measured the room response with this fucking microphone that I bought for a plugin that I don't use anymore because it's a son of a bitch. All it's taught me is that my room is never perfect, and all that's done is the OCD in me is like, oh, don't EQ with listening to your monitors, dude. Like you're gonna fuck that shit up. Like that low mids, like that 200 to 400 hertz range. I know for a fact there's a couple peaks in there and a couple valleys. You're gonna fuck that shit up. But like my confidence in that is just low. So sometimes just listening on like an iPhone, like literally I'll like bounce the track, and when I'm like listening to a whip, sometimes it's better to just listen to it on my iPhone speaker because I've never listened to the song with that before, and it actually like resets you into not producer mindset. It resets you into just like I'm listening to this song, and then you're no longer like that snare is a dB too loud. You're like, holy fuck, like this chord progression is just wrong. Or conversely, you're like, wow, I have been focusing all my effort and attention on the wrong pieces of this song. Like the beauty in this song is somewhere where I haven't put my attention. Like these three elements interact like really, really nicely. And instead of emphasizing that, I've just been focusing on why the hi-hats are too loud or too quiet and like completely lost the point. And so like you can both ways be like, wow, this song that I thought was terrible because I was like so focused on like this snare just isn't right and I like can't get over that. Like listening back, it's like, wait, this is a good song. Like I just need to fucking figure out like a different snare or whatever, like to get it finished, rather than just beating your head against the wall indefinitely.
Totally.
And for real, bro, like having that step back, like I tell a lot of my students a lot, it's like the like that weekly download about like get up and dance to the music. Like I often like to like turn off or turn away from when I'm in the studio my DAW, because when I'm looking at the DAW, I have this like multifaceted color-coded map of what's about to happen in the song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, all right, the drop's coming. I know it because I put it there and I can see it coming. The cursor's moving towards it. Whereas when I'm giving feedback, all I'm listening to is a 2-track. Like maybe I'm looking at the waveform on Dropbox. And maybe I'm not even paying attention to it. Maybe I'll close my eyes and just vibe and be like, oh, okay, there's a thing happen. Oh, the drop already? What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. There was no buildup. There was no push and pull to that. There was no setting the stage for me to mentally be prepared to start headbanging at this moment. It just came out of nowhere. And that's what really the power of bouncing it out and listening it to somewhere else is. Like you said, get out of your element, get out of that environment that was really, that you got too comfortable in.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
That tunnel vision place, and go listen somewhere else with a different thing, and then figure out like, what is the actual overarching line that makes this a song? We, as producers, see the 150 elements that are going into it, but like, you know, like the baker knows every, you know, exactly how many tablespoons of baking soda went in this compared to what amount of salt. But like me, I'm just like, it's either like a good muffin or it's a bad muffin.
Yeah.
Like, was this muffin delicious? No, I don't ever want to bite it again.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a great analogy.
I like that. Dude, you're 2 for 2 with the analogies today.
Hey, man, it's my superpower.
Got it again.
Trap analogies.
I like it.